And now this. And now something other than this. Hello, everybody! And welcome to Diary. It is September the 1st. It's a Sunday. The air conditioner is running and a storm is brewing outside. This is life in Arizona. It's hot and blue blazes and it's humid as you know what, and the AC is on to keep us cool, and meanwhile outside we're about to have a big old wow come through. It's a strange environment out here. But let's get on really quickly with what's going on in this episode and what has gone on in the past week or so since my vacation. We've had quite a bit go on, actually. The cast for Weevil Fester 5 got modified again, so we have to reshoot some of that. But I finally got the cast members together that are going to be in it. It's a smaller group for the main characters, and I know that they will come. I know that they will be there because their parents are really involved, and I had one whose parent was not involved and decided that oh, he's not going to be able to do it. It's not his thing, it's mine. I don't know why. So, you know, you have to deal. That's why I work with kids, because dealing with adults is a pain in the tuchus. Anyway, so we had to change our cast a little bit. On Waiting for Waffles front, the band has changed some personnel also. Our lead singer and drummer has gone on to do some other things, and so I had to replace him with two people. It took two people to replace him. That's saying good things for the person I had to replace, because it took two people to replace him. But I've got a new lead singer who has absolutely wonderful voice. And now we have the youngest member of the band, who is our percussionist, who is 9 years old. And he's not bad at all. He's not, you know, crazy good by any stretch of the imagination. He is still learning and all like that, but he's good. And you'll be seeing that in the next I almost said Waiting for Weevil Festers. Wow, man, too much on my mind. In the next Waiting for Waffles video, which theoretically will come out after this, but it might come out before this because these things are slow in coming out. Also, the Adventureland porch kind of got left to its own devices during the summer this year, and it needs some TLC. The basins are dried. Well, they're not dry, but they're so low in water that they're becoming crusty and nasty. So I got to clean those out before the winter rains come. And we got a monsoon coming, so it might get rained on tonight. Also, September 1st marks the day I have to pay my rent. Okay, so also September 1st marks getting closer to fall, and that means coming up next, October, November, December. And any of you who have followed Darkslade Diaries know those are my three favorite months out of the year, because it is a seasons. They are seasons of specific things. We don't really have seasons of specific things throughout the rest of the year until we get to the end of it. Halloween has an entire season dedicated to it. Okay, Thanksgiving, same thing. Christmas, same thing. You don't have the same things for like Memorial Day or Labor Day or you know, 4th of July and Valentine's Day. It's not really a season. It's more of a day. Now, on some of those, some people stretch it out, but if you think about it, the only things that we really stretch into a season are Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. And so when we get to that season, I change my menu, of course. I start doing more baking and cooking to deal more with the season. I have friends and family over, and it's a better time of the year for me. Maybe not for you. I know some people who celebrate Halloween in February. If it were up to me, I'd do the same thing. Halloween I would have going like 24/7, as well as Christmas, which would make Tim Burton very happy because I'd have those two mixed together all year round. But we kind of, deal in certain ways. Like I have my Haunted Mansion corner, Boris over my door, the gargoyle out there. The whole aesthetic of Darkslade Manor kind of keeps Halloween with you all year round. Also, the fact that, since I'm a filmmaker that works in fantasy adventure, we got all the props and everything, so it keeps the season going all year round. But now we actually get to play with it. So in this video, we'll probably have a few things working on the porch, a couple other things hopefully, and I'll probably put in some snippets of the new Waiting for Waffles music video coming out very soon. Okay, so without any further ado, I don't want to come out and just say, let's get going! Okay, we're out here in the Adventureland porch, and the first thing you're going to notice, and the reason it's the first thing you're going to notice, it's because the first thing I'm going to point out, is the door here has a problem. And I'll show you. You see these screws in here? Those are in there because the door fell off. Papina came right off. Actually, Katunka. So I'm getting a new door. So I had to pull the reed off the door, and I have to take the sign off the door, which I just put back on because I didn't want it laying down. So that's part one of what's going on with the porch. I'm trying to get this. Yeah. Whoa. There we go. So that's what's going on with that part. Now let's take a look at the fountains. Well, as you can see by the basin, this sucker is dry. This is drier than dry. This is beyond dry. This is so dry I'd have to get wet first to become drier. Now the question is, let's pull this out of here. Is the pump still working? Should be. And I'm sure there's crud and water in the plumbing, so I have to blow that out. I will not be putting my head down here this time when I do it though. Well, I went to blow out the line, and there's nothing in there to blow out. So what I'm going to do, clunk, is I'm going to turn it on, put water in here, and see if it functions. It's going to make a lot of noise. See? Here we go. Well, it quieted down. Okay, I've got a plastic straw here, not available in California. Should make sure that I'm getting water in there. Yep, okay. Basically, you want to fill up some of that dead space with water, and then the vacuum should take over, and it should start to flow. We're getting the flow out of it. We are. And there we go. Alright, that fountain is running. And the other fountain, it's really dry. I mean, as dry as the other one was, because it was dry. So, see if we can get this one going. I'll just keep moving the camera around and bumping you guys around, sorry. Alright, here we go. And just like that. Those are good pumps. Alright. So I put you can see here. Put a little rock right there, and changes the flow. Puts it right down the middle of the shaft, which is where we want it. Now put another one here, just so it doesn't look too silly with just the one rock, right? There we go. Looks good.
Several days later.
Well, the wind came out and raised a little bit of a ruckus with the Adventureland porch. For one thing, ta-da! Yeah. So I have more of this in the storage unit, but I need to take it down anyway because this door needs to be replaced, as I showed you earlier. And then there's still water in the in the fountains, and they're working, but it has been so hot and humid that there's just like, it's disappearing rapidly. And the wind is kicking up again. And I really need to do something with this corner, because I have all this, and I was going to do something with it, and I haven't done it yet. And this I always think looks dirty because of the way I made it, but, and this, oh my goodness. And there's a bug finder on me. So, I think during the fall when the weather cools down a bit, I'm going to do some work on this porch. Look at all this. It all came down. The wind just blew it all off the fountain. Whoa! And I'm knocking stuff over. Anyway. So the other day I had a music video shoot. Okay? And was waiting for Waffles, which has gone through some personnel changes, and we did this song, and it's a real quiet, gentle love song, which is really bizarre for waiting for Waffles, since aside from me, every member in the band is under 17. Well, I think Thomas is 17, but we have a new percussionist, a new drummer. His name's Kyler. He's 9. The youngest member of the band. He's about this tall, and the drum set, the kit that we use, my apartment kit, is not big in any stretch of the imagination, but when he sits behind it, it looks like a full-size kit because he's tiny. But he's good. He's good, and he's very, very attentive. And he is also, what's the best way to put it? He is a perfectionist, which is very strange for someone at that age. So when we were filming the last part, now this is the filming, not the playing. We already had recorded the song, and he did great. But we were filming us playing for our music video. And it took maybe 3 or 4 takes before he, got got it to where it was, workable, or we could use it in the video. And I said, okay, we got it, it's all done, let's wrap it up. He says, I don't like the way I did that, can I do it again? I'm going, wait. The 9-year-old asked me that? He didn't like the way he did it? I said, yeah, sure, do it as many times as you want, until you're comfortable with it. Because it's always been me. I've always had the final word. Because nobody else ever says, I don't like the way I did that, can I do it again? They either do it right or they do it wrong, and oh, we made a mistake. So I had him do it again. By golly, it was even better. I mean, he did a really good job. But it was so strange because, I'm not used to someone that age being concerned about their performance the way he did, and it was kind of cool. So I'm going to give you just a teeny tiny little clip of him. This is from the music video, so it's just going to be a couple of seconds, but this is the part that he wanted to make sure looked good. Like I said, we'd already recorded it, but this is what he wanted to make sure looked good. So check it out.
You look like you did before, only prettier. And every day I missed you more and more and more and more and more. I've been away too long, and every day I miss you more. Oh, you look like you did before, only prettier. Every day I love you.
I'm sitting out here on the Adventureland porch, noticing that my awning needs to be reinforced. But how long ago did I build this? 3 years ago? Way back in the beginning of Darkslade Diaries. And it's shifting kind of hard to the starboard. Anyway, I just had a barking contest with that dog. And that one. I was noticing something.
It's Daddy's Weekly Gripe. It's Daddy's Weekly Gripe. It's Daddy's Weekly Gripe.
Not a lot of people listen to the radio these days, but I tend to do it, especially because I listen to sports and stuff like that. But I noticed that a lot of the radio announcers, the DJs, well, I guess they're not really DJs if it's talk radio, but they always, they promote commercials for products that they use. And I noticed that there's always a critic. Somebody's always a critic over there. Anyway, I noticed that they have a tendency to, well, at least this one. Okay, let me set the stage for you. There's this one guy on the radio who is always promoting this painting company. They painted my house. They did a great job. And I just noticed today, I guess I've kind of been noticing, that he does this commercial every year. Which means every year he's getting his house painted by this company. And he keeps saying they have this, 6-year guarantee and they use only the best products. If they use only the best products, how come he has to keep getting his house repainted every year? And I've noticed that with people with air conditioning companies and plumbers and so forth. We had them come out and check our plumbing just the other day. And it's just like they did it every day for the last 6 years I've been promoting this company. It just seems kind of weird that if you're going to promote a company like a painting company, well, you certainly don't want to do it the same way every year, because basically you're saying their product is so bad and what they do is so horrible, they have to have it redone every year. But I go to the same company. Anyway, mini gripe today. There's a fly in here, just really not being pleasant. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Next episode, let's fix the awning. I think it'll be a great idea. We'll fix the awning on the next episode. And there's a couple of events coming up that I'll tell you about. There's at McCormick Stillman Railroad Park, where last year, if you remember, we went out to the Christmas train. They're doing a Halloween train this year. So we're going to do that, and we're going to do the Christmas train in December, but we're going to do the Halloween train in I almost said October, because I say that. In October, we're going to do that. So that's coming up down the road a little bit. The Adventureland porch is going to be damaged within the next few days, because I'm trying to get this door taken care of, and I just know that when they replace the door, they're going to accidentally rip up pieces. So we're going to try to work on that. I think I mentioned we'd work on it during the fall when it's cooler anyway. And a new music video we're going to be working on, not next weekend, it's coming weekend, but the weekend after. And some other things that are going to be going on. So we will be doing that before too long. So in the next episode, I think basically we'll concentrate on this. And I know, I was going to do something cooking. I had an idea for something, so maybe we'll try that on the next episode too. That's what will be coming up. In the meantime, you guys have yourselves a great week. End of line.